Hello everyone, Foxden Gaming here with a quick little video talking about Skyrim. And I want to talk about its release on the Nintendo Switch right now. The reason why I wanted to talk about this so bad is because I heard about Skyrim being released on the Nintendo Switch, and while it is cool, the idea of being able to take Skyrim on the go, I have some beefs with it and I have some problems with it. So that's where this video idea comes from. Now keep in mind, these are just my opinions. These are not fact per se. There is some things that are way easier to prove than others. But yeah, this is my top 5 reasons for why Skyrim should not be re-released on the Nintendo Switch. Now my first reason, or rather being fifth reason number 5, is that the game has been released so many times over the years and on so many different systems. Now, for most people, like, this isn't that big of a deal, it's been released on, it's been released on everything besides the Nintendo platform, okay? It's been released on PS4, Xbox One, it's been released on, or actually, those are the remakes of it. There's the there was the re-release. There was the Xbox One release. There's the not Xbox One, Xbox 360. Sorry, the PS3 release. Then there's Xbox One's release, and you can even play the You can even play, I believe, the original version of it on the Xbox One anyway, because Xbox One allows backplay, or one of the new ones of those two allows backplay. PS4 has it, the special edition, and they re-released special edition. So they basically were like, hey, you want to be able to have mods and high-res texture packs? Just pay an extra, $60 for the game or whatever, and you too can have your own version of Skyrim with all the DLC and modding capabilities. And I don't mind that, but it just annoys me that there's that issue sitting there. Issue number 2 is that I feel like it's not old enough to really be re-released as much as it is. Now, to put this into perspective, Skyrim was released in 2011. It's gonna be 6 years this year, which is crazy to think about, because Skyrim is gonna be fucking old, and it's coming on its 6th year of being around, and it's been re-released so many times that it is borderline a Nintendo game, you know what I mean, where it's like, let's remake this game multiple times in order to make as much money as off it as possible. This is like a great example is Ocarina of Time. Yeah, let's just, we made it for Nintendo 64. Now let's port it on the GameCube or whatever. Now let's remake it on 3DS. It's that kind of mentality. And the thing is, with the Switch, it's like, it's a weird concept to be put with, because we never really had anything like this on a Nintendo console before, and seeing Skyrim on a Nintendo console, I feel like makes it weirdly new, but it's not. It's still the same game that's been re-released and spoon-fed to us. Let's see, 5 times already. It's crazy, and I'm also including the Anthology Edition, where they use Skyrim as a selling point, but also you have all the other games packaged with it as well. So there's that. Number 3 is the fact that I don't think the Switch version will offer that much to make itself different, And the thing is, with the Xbox 360, the PS3 versions, that was the original run of Skyrim. Okay, that's fine. PC, original run of Skyrim, whatever. Then Special Edition comes out. The thing is, they added capabilities that made it different and more enjoyable because they added modding capabilities for console users. That's fine. I like that. I think that is a very smart thing to do. It's a very good thing to do. But then with re-releasing it on the Switch, I don't know if there's going to be modding capabilities. I don't think there is. If I have to be honest, I feel like they're gonna revoke that away, and once that is revoked away, what do you have left at that point? And the honest answer is, well, they need to think of a way to add new things into there. And they show off the motion controls and the amiibo support, and it's like, it's cool and all, but it doesn't add enough there to make me want to buy it again. I've bought Skyrim now 3 times in theory. I got the special edition for free because all PC users got it for free, which was really awesome of them, I gotta say. Kudos to Bethesda for making the smart move there, because oh my god, they would have segregated their player base on PC super hard if they had done that. But yeah, there's that. Reason number 2 is more of a personal reason, and I feel like it doesn't fit very well on the Switch. And I'm not saying that Bethesda's games aren't welcome on the Switch. That's not what I'm saying at all. But Skyrim is a weird choice to have on the Switch, in my opinion. And, I mean, yeah, you know, I could argue here all day that, oh man, Morrowind would have been a better choice, or, well, Oblivion. But even that's not, you know, a good, like, argument. The thing is, Skyrim is just so its own thing that it feels weirdly out of place on the Switch, which, I mean, it sells, it's going to sell units, whether you like it or not. Mobile Skyrim is going to sell tons of units. Being able to take the game around places to basically, you know, to play it wherever you want, on the bus, on the airport, wherever you want. It's crazy. But it still doesn't feel right. And this is just sort of a jump into a new Nintendo that, you know, I might not 100% agree with, since I'm a old person where I'm like, oh man, I prefer my Nintendo to stay with Nintendo only and blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna say that, because that's not a good mindset to have, especially in this day and age, because as time goes on, Nintendo is going to have to branch out and do their own thing. But it's weird to think about that, how Skyrim is now sort of branching into its own thing, and it's actually really cool. But yeah, so with that being said, now we hit number 1. And number 1 is potentially the dumbest reason, but I honestly want to say it's my biggest reason. And that is the Switch's battery life. Skyrim is a really intense game. It's really rough. It's really big. It takes a lot. I don't know how well the battery life is going to do with, especially Skyrim. Like Oblivion, I could see it working to its advantage, because Oblivion's less taxing than Skyrim is, but Skyrim is, holy shit. That's like its own demon. Like, you thought Breath of the Wild battery life was bad. I'm afraid that Skyrim's battery life will be 2 hours to an hour and a half or less, and that scares me a lot, because the whole thing about the Switch is I can take games on the go. But if you get a big game like Skyrim and like people buy it and they're like, oh yeah, now I can play it on the go, and then they start trying to play it on the go, but then they start to realize like, oh, it doesn't really last that long, and the battery dies really fast when playing Skyrim. Do you know how much of a turnoff that's gonna be? This is like a big deal with a lot of games too, and I hate the idea of like bigger games actually killing the Switch. This is a big fear they had since the beginning, and that's because with the Switch there's a weird thing going on where a lot of smaller games don't kill it as fast, and that's to be expected, you know. Of course, Binding of Isaac is gonna last a lot longer than Breath of the Wild in terms of battery life. That's just a given. Binding of Isaac is a lot less hard on just everything going on. I can play Binding of Isaac for like 4 hours without my Switch getting really hot, but I play Breath of the Wild for an hour and a half and I can feel the heat radiating off my Switch. It's crazy. And Skyrim scares me because it has the potential to be the Switch killer, in my opinion, where Skyrim and other big games that could get ported over in the future could make the Switch seem less appealing by giving it lower battery life. Now, is this really that bad? Honestly, no, because if you have a Switch and you're really serious about taking it on the go places, you honestly just want to get a power bank at that point. Like, let's be 100% honest. Like, when I was playing my Switch on my trip to Colorado, I basically had it plugged in our car, in our van, for a fair amount of the time. Like, I would play it for 3 hours because I played Binding of Isaac all the way there. And then on the way back, I played a lot of Shovel Knight and stuff. And I played Shovel Knight with the kids on the way there, too. You know, and the Switch lasted a long time with that. But once I got Breath of the Wild, and I started playing that, I started to notice that my battery life sort of drops like a rock. And it wasn't really the most successful, you know? So, you know, you just gotta keep that in mind with these games. And whether or not Skyrim is like this will depend on a lot of different factors, I feel. Will Skyrim be the Switch killer? I don't think so. The Switch has got a lot of things going for it right now that honestly make it worthwhile in its own right. Mario Odyssey is going to be really good. Breath of the Wild is fucking amazing. Like, if you haven't played Breath of the Wild, you need to get on that, like, right now. I actually just beat it as of, like, the day of this recording, and it was amazing the way that the final boss was. I absolutely enjoyed it. And, you know, over time, that, like, there's going to be more games like that coming out. I'm sure there's going to be a Pikmin 4 within a time period on the Switch. Kirby U is, or not Kirby U, the Kirby game for Switch is coming out eventually. Just a lot of stuff is coming out on Switch that's good and that can sell it on its own right. But the thing about the Switch is third-party support's important, and Bethesda's a really big name in third-party. So when you hear, oh man, Bethesda's game doesn't have very long battery life on the Switch or whatever, you think, oh no, that's bad. That's not good. And then it puts into question, should you even buy it at that point? If I had the choice, I would buy Skyrim immediately, because I play my Switch in docked mode, honestly, next to my bed a lot of the time. Or not in docked mode, in handheld mode. I play it like an hour or half an hour when I go to bed. You know, that's just how I do. And Skyrim is a great game to take on the go. I think it's a really solid game to be able to take on the go. But whether or not it will work well with the Switch's hardware, I don't know. But those are just my opinions, you know. You can take them or leave them. You know, honestly, if I had to be 100% honest, which I'm gonna be right now, I would have much rather had Fallout 4 on the Switch, because I like Fallout 4 a lot more. But I mean, it's whatever, you know. Skyrim, it's better than nothing, and Skyrim is a welcome addition, in my honest opinion. But you gotta look at both sides of the argument, and you gotta look at how this could go horribly wrong. Because when you do that, then you're not as disappointed when it does, you know? Which I should have done with the Wii U, but I didn't. Anyway, this has been Foxton Gaming. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night, everyone, and bye-bye.